So this morning, my buddy Brian has got this great big new fish tank, and he wants an eel to put in it. And as luck would have it, I have 3 eels in my fish tank, and one of them has outgrown the tank, so it's perfect. I can transfer him to Brian's tank, and he'll thrive. So I said, dude, I'm gonna give you one of my eels. I just need something to carry him. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, well, it's an eel. I said, I need to transport it somehow. So he gives me 2 shopping bags, 2 plastic shopping bags. I'm like, this'll do, whatever. And I put them together. I take the eel, put it in the shopping bag, and I get it over to the tank. And I acclimate him first, and then I put him in there, and he's just swimming around, and he's having the time of his life, and it's perfect. He can stretch out. He's having such a good time, and I'm watching him swim. He's a yellow eel with white markings. And next thing I know, I hear this growling sound, and I'm like, what? So I look up above the tank, and what do I see? A little miniature cartoon Tyrannosaurus Rex. He's green, and he's like a caricature. He's cartoonish, bulbous face, and he's trying to swoop down and get my eel from the water. And he's got these little hands, right? So he's doing this thing, and he can't get him. And I'm like, and I smack the tank. I said, what are you doing? And he just growls. He goes, arr, and then he hops off. I said, what the fuck was that? So I'm like, whatever, crisis averted. Watching the eel again, and the eel swimming through this like coral, and up through the bottom of the tank comes this cartoon otter, and he takes a bite out of the eel's face. I said, no, what? And this otter has overalls on and a red ball cap, and it's a cartoon also. And I said, stop it. I smacked on the tank, and the otter swims off, and the eel is looking at me with this scar on his face and this frown and this sad eyes, and I felt so bad. I said, how could I let this happen to you? I'm so sorry. And eel swims off the other way. I said, at least he's okay. And then I see the otter swishing back through, and I'm like banging on the cage. No, you can't do that. And then the eel came back and swam at me and was looking at me as if like, you did this to me. You put me in this situation. And I was like, no, I'm so sorry, man. And I woke up sad, and I felt so bad for that eel that I put him in that situation. I, of course, got my bearings. I was like, it's just a dream. But man, I was sad.